coverage of the president's visit. Christopher Stein has a look at how the school is preparing for the president. But let's start with Navita Forgani, who has a look at one of the driving forces behind the Valley's housing boom.
Yeah, Katie, I want you to take a look at right here. This is the home that a lot of people are complaining about. Investors are buying up homes like this one and just letting them sit there. And they aren't maintaining the properties at all. You can take a look at the front yard right here. It looks like a makeshift dump site. And to give you some perspective, I'm right here in Maryville, where the occupancy in the neighborhoods here in Maryville are down to 30%. That's a huge drop compared to what it was about 5 years ago, when the occupancy level was at 80%. And while investors are trying to hold on to these properties, you can imagine what it's doing to some of the property values for the other neighbors in the neighborhood. The 2700 block of West Fillmore is a quiet place. Many families have called home for almost half a century.
This house right here was just encapsulated with trees, so you could walk in here with like a giant canopy.
This is home. My kids were brought up. We got beautiful neighbors.
All wonderful neighbors except for this house right across the street.
No, it's just so embarrassing, you know. You walk out there and what you see is they don't keep up the house. I don't know who owns it, but they should maintain it, you know, fix it up.
Neighbors tell me this home has sat empty for almost 2 years, collecting nothing but garbage.
It would look better, you know, if they would just do the yard or paint it or do something, you know, and maybe get somebody in there that would, you know, appreciate the home.
It's one of 7 boarded up homes on this block.
It's an investment property for them. They live in Scottsdale, so they really don't have any impact to them. But it impacts our community, it impacts my home.
A home Harry Garwal has looked after for more than 41 years, making sure the lawn and shrubs are always in order.
Really, it's because of pride. I love to make sure that I have a great place for my family to come.
And the only thing standing in the way of that is right next door.
That's the worst thing anybody can do to a neighborhood. Let me just put that from my own perspective. It's the worst thing they can do to me. You know, as you can tell, I work hard to keep my yard up, keep my homes up, you know, make sure that it's a good, safe, clean environment for my family. And then to see something this like next door to us, it's very appalling.
And for this particular home, I did check with the city, and apparently there is an open case against it for code violations, 2 code violations, in fact, and the owner has not complied. So they'll be in court August 14th to settle this issue. I did reach out to the owner. She is yet to get back to me as of this newscast. But I did want to tell you, Katie, that the neighbors are really anxious about President Obama coming tomorrow, because they're hoping they're going to hold investors like these accountable for what they're doing to the property.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say tomorrow. We're waiting for that, and of course we'll have complete team coverage. Thanks, Navita.